I don't want your money. I'm just going to tell you right now. I don't want your money. You know why? Because if I take your money, then you got a reason to say that God owes you something. If I take your money, well, I paid my tithes and my offerings, so God, you owe me blessings. I don't want your money. Because I don't believe God owes us anything. Now, the money that I got goes to the IRS. Don't go to God. Goes to the United States. Those two places are not God. God don't need my money. He ain't got no late light bill. He ain't got no water bill. He ain't got no gas bill. He don't need no money. So what you gonna give me your money for and then say you giving it to God? I ain't giving it to God. I'm giving it to the gas man, light man, car man, house man, radio man, woman, kids, children, bank accounts, whatever I'm doing, it's all getting taxed. It's all going to the IRS, going to the government. I ain't seen not one red cent actually go to God. Well, you still want to give me your money? You want to give me your money just because, should a man rob God? How do I rob God? Through your tithes and offerings? Well, there was money during that time because the Romans had took over, and wherever the Romans go, they bring coin as for barter and for trade. And coin turned into coins, was turned into dollars, which turned into debit cards, and now it's digital. But when I don't believe by the text that they were even speaking about that at that time or even before that. I mean, if you go back to Cain and Abel, they wasn't sacrificing, they wasn't giving up their money, they was giving up the work of their hands. They were giving up what they was taking care of. So, and I understand that. So now I'm working a job and I'm getting money. Well, to me, if you want to give up something really important, money's kind of easy. It gets you out of it real easy. Give up some of your time. I ain't got much time. I ain't got this, I got to do that, I got to do. That's why it's more important than money. You can give up some money. Even though times are hard, you can't pay this, rob Peter to pay Paul, this and that. You can give up some money, then God owe you something. God don't owe you nothing. But I'ma praise him if he do. What if you don't praise him? Then what? What he gonna do? Cease to exist? Get weaker? Well, he gotta be important. I gotta be important to him. You are. He loves you. And that's important enough. Your soul, your spirit, that's important to him. How you conduct yourself as a child and representative of God, that's important to him. Why don't you sacrifice something worthwhile? That's something that's important to you. Like your time. I don't know. Maybe have a Ramadan. Don't have sex for 7 days. I mean, it's, sometimes it's 28, 30, 31. Cut that by 1/5 or 1/10 if you want to do that. If you like to eat a lot, why don't you do Ramadan? Cut back on your food, 10% of that. If you got a nasty attitude, why don't you be nice for 10% of that time? If you nice and you ain't got nothing to do, why don't you go volunteer your time, 10% of your time? Yeah. Giving of your soul and giving of your spirit and giving of yourself, that's equal, or if not even more valuable than giving up your money. Now, don't get me wrong, we can run the game. See, let me go and break down the game for you. See, the game is, how can I get you to work 5 days a week? Get up, celebrate after Friday, probably go out or something, or maybe not. Wait and go Saturday if you done got some rest. And then, sometimes you go party Sunday, you get up, you party Saturday night. Now, I got to make you get up, get dressed, bring yourself to this place, and give me some money. And tell you it's for God. Now, I guess we can start at, well, what do you mean it's for God? Well, okay, let me put it to you a whole bunch of ways. Okay, money is important to you. That's the most important thing on the earth. So what you do is, if you give it up to him, give up your blessings, And he will pour out a blessings that you can't stand. Your cup will overflow. The gates of heaven will open up. Man, that sounds like a slot machine, not your relationship with a spiritual higher being. Yeah. Now, the reality of it is if you don't really want a real relationship with God, then you are not feeling nothing I'm saying. And I feel you, because I'm not talking to you. But if you really want a connection with your Father, then let's take a look at what we've been told. This is not against the church. This is not against a preacher. This is against an ideology that's being passed on about your relationship with your Father. And see, I'm here, Pastor Dum Dum, to tell you that let's look at it. I'm not going to tell you. Let's look at it. And this is some of the things that I want to know. Like, why does he need my money? What for? What are he going to do with it? So he wants what's important to me. Well, my money's not the most important thing to me. My money helps move the things that are important to me for the people who are important to me. But how many of you would have $10 million and give your child terminal cancer? Would you trade it? How many of you would take $10 million and shorten your life by 10 years for $10 million? Now, it all depends on how much you love yourself and how much you love God, which means how much you love yourself, whether you take the deal or not. But how much money would you give up for your life? So I do believe that your life may be actually more important than money. Now, your relationship with the Creator, he also said, study to show thyself approved. Wisdom is a great blessing. Charity is the most greatest blessing of them all, which is love. Wisdom, love, knowledge. Knowledge. How you get knowledge? You study. You study, that turns into knowledge. Knowledge and experience turns into wisdom. Wisdom turns into a fruitful heart. These are your paths to your Creator. How about donating 10 hours a week to study in the Word, whether it's in the Bible or the Quran, King James or Quran, or even a Buddhist book? Why not learn these different elements of how your Father, who is in spirit, has inspired these people to write these books? I'm not telling you what to base your salvation on. I'm telling you, look at the relationship of your Father and his children in these books. Give them that amount of your time. Let that be your weekly sacrifice. Keep your money in your pocket. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to break these preachers. It's a business now. And when you go there for entertainment. Go there for the congregation of people and the music that's played and the vibe that you get and the love that you feel from all of these people who do love God, even though they might not be educated in his word and in his way. So you still go get that, and you still drop the tip off, because you coming in there receiving something. You receiving a blessing. You receiving a entertainment. You receiving congregation. You can still give to them. That's cool. But don't act like that's what. Okay, God, we cool now. We straight. Look, hey man, I know I went out, I did this, and I was doing that, but I broke bread with you. Now bless me. Let's stop playing him like that. Let's stop playing like he a butler or a sucker. And we so smart, we really hustling God. Understand, it's not like I said, the hustle is I got to make you get up, get dressed, and come here and bring me some money. So here's the hustle of some churches, is to say that, listen, y'all all sin is bad. But y'all are different type of sinners, because at least y'all got up and y'all came here. So y'all different like that. Excludes you from what you done. No, don't make you no better. You just got up out of guilt. And you brought some paper. You don't pay for your salvation. And understand, you ain't even working for your salvation. You only working out of gratitude for already being saved. Now, if you're another denomination, let's call it a spiritual link. And impurities may incapacitate or block your spiritual link when you do something bad or negative. So we're going to call that sin. Well, to get your link back, you need to go and get your understanding back. Get your guilt out your body so you can have that pure link again. You can't buy that. You can't trick it. You can't fool it. You gotta man up and say, look, God, I know this stuff is in my heart. Look, I know you know it. You feel me? Okay, it's a balance of good and evil inside of there. Yeah, I'm losing and I like it sometimes. You feel me? But my heart is for you. So let's stop worrying about what a sin is, because not that you don't worry about it. What I'm saying is, you have to understand this, that the laws were put down here for you so that you'll have a better life. It wasn't put down here for you to obtain salvation. That the more you keep these laws and the better you are than everybody else, you obtain salvation. That don't make sense in nobody's religion. I mean, the more I do right, the more I'm guaranteed to go into heaven. I mean, based on what? And the more I do wrong, well, how many answers I gotta get wrong? What if I do wrong 135,000 times and I do right 3 million times? Does that balance kick me out of going to the afterlife? God, I thought you was fair, man. I mean, come on, I didn't put this evil in my heart. So that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. He's not a dumb God. All you have to do is look at the universe. The universe is on precise everything, even the planet revolves around in circles. But we'll get into that later. But everything is unified. Everything works together. He's a very, very intelligent God. So stop giving my father dumb philosophies. That's what they feeding us, to keep us dumb, blind, deaf, and dumb. I'm here to tell you, I'm past the dumb. And if I can understand this, then everybody else already must know.